Your paper has a crease in the middle, and you can take your pencil and make a light pencil line there. That is your horizon line. We're going to build a town. We're going to make some buildings, and we're going to keep them on the upper half of our horizon line. So here you see me cutting some paper. I'm going to set it right on that horizon line. I'll pick out a different color and a different size to go next to it. It's on the horizon line. And as you can see, I'm going to keep going. Everything's going to be on the upper half of my paper. And now that I have buildings, I feel like my buildings each need a roof. So here I go. I'm going to make some roofs for all of my buildings. And I'm making a bunch of different styles of roofs just because it's kind of fun. And there you have it. Now everything I have right now is loose, and so let's get gluing. You've all gotten very good at this. You're just going to have a little bit of glue showing, and then I'm just going to do one building at a time. I want to make sure I get glue all around the edges, and I want to keep it on my line. Notice how I'm holding it and counting it, because I want to make sure I hold it for a good 5 to 10 seconds to make sure it really stays on. And I want to remind you, when you're gluing, don't put your glue on the paper. Yuck. Put your glue on the thing, and put the thing on the paper. That keeps your paper from getting all full of messy, sticky glue. Again, I'll hold it down. And we're just going to keep going across like this. Notice if I bend my paper, everything below the line is empty. So I just keep track of that as I'm gluing to make sure I'm staying above that line. So there it is. That bottom half is nice and clear. Now I need to start thinking about the fact that these are houses. They need doors and they need windows. Let's talk about how to make some doors. I can try a little door, or I can try a big door. Oh my goodness, they make such a difference. I like the little door because it makes the building look bigger. I'm just going to keep cutting small pieces of paper and give each house a door of some kind. And I'll make sure I get all of those glued down. Here's the trick. If I fold over the edge of this door and I just glue the edge, it acts as a hinge, and then my door really opens. There's a dog door. So here's some tricks for making windows easily. If I cut a strip of yellow paper about the width that I would want a window, or the height, I can just now clip those little windows right off, and suddenly I have lots of little square windows. They're small, so I want to glue them down quickly. When you start to look at architecture and windows and doors of houses when you're riding in the car, you find out that there are lots of different sizes and shapes of things. And I like to remind students that you can glue paper on top of paper and make a nice special effect. So everything below is clear, and I am ready to paint my reflections. Notice that water, when it reflects a building, is all squishy and kind of moving. When we paint, we are going to make similar movements with our paintbrush. So all along underneath, we're just going to make it kind of wavy so it looks like water. You need a paintbrush and some multicolored paints and some water. I like to advise students to start with the lightest value first, because your brush is clean, your water's clean, and that yellow is really going to be yellow. I'll pick up a little yellow on my brush, and then I'm just going to make some wavy lines under the yellow building. And this is when you're going to take your brain for a fantastic ride, because you're painting the house again, but you're painting it upside down. That is a brain trick. So I see that my lines follow down. I'm leaving that open space there because that's green, that's not yellow. Maybe I'll get a little more yellow for the top of my building. Oh, I see yellow in so many places. Every place I see yellow, I'm going to paint some yellow in the water. Whoop, my window's about there. And zoop, my roof is about there. See how I'm kind of using my fingers to measure? And this is a challenge to try. If it doesn't turn out exactly right, it's water, and so it's very forgiving. Maybe a boat just came by and made the water so ruffly that none of the things seem like they're in the right places. I don't see any more yellow, so I'm going to move on to my next color. Orange seems to be the next darkest color, and I notice that I have orange around there. Oh, I have a little bit of orange here. Looks like it's going to be around there. Oh, that building is orange. So I love painting in the squiggly lines. Oh, I'm really starting to see my house upside down now. See how my water's starting to get a little dirty? I'm going to stick with my warm colors, and I'm going to go for the red next. So what do I see on my painting that's red? I see that door. And then at the top of my house, I see the roof. So that means it'll be at the bottom of the reflection. just going to flip everything upside down. There's my next red spot. I don't see any more red. Green seems to be the next value as we get darker. So I'll go in and I'll look for my greens. I think once you have a few upside down house parts made, then it's easy for you to get the other upside down house parts. Oh, I see more green there. I see a door. But I don't see any other green. So blue seems to be my next color. I don't have a lot of blue. I have a little bit of blue. So I have a blue door here and a blue house here. And I'll try to sneak my color in between the windows. And then I have my blue dog door. So I get that in there. And my blue door. And then I have a blue roof. Now, while I'm still using blue, what else is going to be blue? Oh my goodness, everything that's not a house, because it's water. So I'm going to take my blue, and now I'm thinking about water, and I'm not thinking about house parts. And I'm thinking about filling in any of the spaces between the houses with blue. That's purple. I'm going to grab a little bit of purple right there. And a little bit of purple here. It looks like I forgot about my purple roof, but it's okay because watercolor can just go on top of other colors. There's my roof. And now I'm going to take my blue with a little bit of purple water in it, and I'm going to do the sky. You can decide how dark you want the sky. I just want you to be aware that when your wet brush touches the construction paper, sometimes it makes it a little dark for a few minutes, but when it dries, it's okay. And I'll just get into all of these nooks and crannies with my brush. Now I'm going to sneak between the houses. It's kind of fun. And if I snuck on the top of the horizon line, I need to sneak underneath the horizon line. I see a spot of orange I missed, so I'll fill that in. And I am finished. Look at this beautiful reflection. So something that takes a little focus and concentration, but ends up with a really beautiful result. You will wow your friends. Look at that. Water reflections.